basically, first is your analytical mind, which is more important than the marks.
How should a student start building this network ethically?
There are no instant rewards. I always repeat again and again, there are no instant rewards.
How are courtrooms in reality and that they are shown in the Bollywood?
Okay.
Okay, so this is one of my own favorite question which I asked each and every of my guests, which is AI is emerging. So is it helping law in a good or a bad way?
See, AI only for research purpose. No, AI cannot replace lawyers, advocates, not at all. See here, advocates, it's totally, the case varies from one person to another, one file to another file. The facts are different. Human analytical mind, human judgments, human study just cannot replace. So no, we are not at all afraid of AI. It is only for used for the purpose of research.
Okay, so can you tell us what is the biggest advantage of choosing law as a career?
For me, self satisfaction, social responsibility. See, the lawyers are more responsible for the social upbringing, social atmosphere. Everything matters in our field. To maintain peace, yes, it matters. For a lawyer, yes, you get social status, recognition. Money always is there, but later on, not that fast. And self satisfaction. You are recognized in the society, respected in the society. Many a times people are very scared of you. That also is true. That also matters.
Okay, can you also tell us one harsh reality that students need to know before entering the law stream?
Yes. No instant rewards. Our profession starts from studying until you are in your career. You have to study. You without studying you cannot work. So you have to accept that you have to study for the entire life. Second is monetary rewards will come later. Hard work is very, very important. Discipline matters. So if you are ready for all these things, then only choose this field.
So this gets me to my next question, which is work-life balance a myth in law?
In our profession, there is nothing like work life balance. By the time you settle in your profession, you think about yourself and other things, it is 25 years of practice. So when you start thinking about your life, see, in this field, I think it is only when your family settles down, your children are settled, after their education, they start working, then only we think about ourselves. Till then, we don't. So, balancing life, see, because the working hours for every advocate is like burning of lamps till 11, 12, 1 o'clock, midnight lamp burning is always there in our field. Going to the courts in the morning, many a times we skip our food, lunch, we don't get proper sleep, we have to study a lot. So obviously it affects our health as well. So and without doing all these things, you can't reach to any higher level. So I think work-life balance for lawyers is no, it's just a myth.
So being a woman lawyer, have you faced a lot of more struggle than your other co-male colleagues?
Yes. See, once we enter the courts, we are just advocates. We are not, there's no classification as man or a woman. But when it comes to practice, actually about talking about clients and work, if I'm practicing in criminal side, No. Yes, the family doesn't allow you first. Second is criminals, they don't come to you directly because they don't trust the women lawyers more. Even if they are good in their field, but still they are very skeptical about giving their matter to the lady lawyer. Third is you cannot wait for a longer time because you have house responsibilities also. Somebody is waiting for the dinner, the child is waiting for the mother. So it really is a task, because studying those, without study you cannot enter the courts. Without studying the files you cannot take any defense. So all these aspects really affect the career of a woman. Traveling, see, if a male advocate needs to go to Mumbai or any other state outside your own district, it is very easy for him. But for a woman lawyer who to travel outside, she has to manage the house, the family, her office, and then she has to go there. So for all these things matter for a woman lawyer.
So, can you tell us, is law more safer and inclusive for women like today?
Yes, now it is. Earlier it was not. But now a woman lawyer is accepted in the society. She is respected in the society. Earlier it was not there. So it was very difficult, but now there are so many facilities. Traveling is not a problem. Maintaining the house is not a problem. Managing the house is not a problem. Children are put in the creche, so taking care of the children is also not a problem. There is somebody in the family to look after the child, who is cooking in the house or doing some work in the house. So all these aspects which were really not available for my generation lawyer, now it is there, so it is safe, there's no problem now.
So, as we know, law field is a stressful field. So, here comes the most important part, which is maintaining your mental health well-being. So, how do you suggest that one should pay attention to it, and how should they do it?
See, I'll suggest exercise is a must, discipline is a must, and once you are out of your office, you should leave your work in your office. Once you are in the house, in your home, you have to only think about your family and your home. Do not get work at home. Do meditation. I Traveling is the best medicine, I always suggest, because while traveling you you really get peace of mind. You are in the nature. And of course, one more I'll add to it, you need to give back to the society. So do the social work, which will really help you.
So, let's say if a student is listening to our podcast right now and he is deciding between law and any other career, so what is that one thing he should ask himself that gives him a clear answer?
Yes, see, every career there is hard work. So, but in law field, there are no instant rewards. So, if you are expecting or your family is expecting immediate money from you, so I suggest don't come to litigation. First, work somewhere, earn, and then you can join the courts later on also, because there is no age limit to our profession. Second is hard work, perseverance, resilience, your emotional well being. You're talking about work life balance. All these things, if you are ready to handle, then only come to this field.
Okay, so if a person is looking for a 9 to 5 job, so you should never come to this field. That
Never,
is.
never, never.
So if I have to ask you another question, which is that one career advice you would have given to your younger self when you started your career.
Oh my God. That was your health, because after working for 33 years, yes, I have compromised on my health. So, to take care of my health. Otherwise, sweat and blood is you have to give. And I should have prepared that time that I was required to give all these things. Somebody should have advised me कि you will have to spend your 12 to 14 hours every day for your work. You will have to compromise on your health. There are so many aspects, like I have missed some functions. I had to compromise my finances at a younger age where I wanted to travel all over the world, but that time it was not possible. So all these things I was not knowing, and I used to feel okay. It is like a job. I have to go at 10 o'clock in the court, come back at 5:30, 6 o'clock. But no, till today it is not possible.
So this gets us to the last segment of our podcast today, which is the rapid fire round.
Oh,
So I'm going to quickly ask you few questions and you have to rapidly give me the answers for them, right? Okay. One word your juniors used to describe you.
Lady Dawn.
Your most overused courtroom phrase that even you are tired of hearing.
Fight on merits, not on emotions.
Okay. Coffee before court or chai after court?
Chai after court.
Okay. If you weren't a lawyer, what career would you have shocked everyone with?
Police officer.
One biggest myth people have about lawyers.
Lawyers are liars. No, we are not liars.
Okay. One most dramatic moment you have ever seen in the courtroom.
Yes. While I was cross examining one witness, she suddenly ran away. She stepped down from the witness box and she ran away. So that was really funny, and I was very upset. We had to call the cops, search her, and get her back.
One legal term that sounds scary but it actually isn't.
Tarik pe tarik.
Your reaction when someone says, Madam, it is a very simple case.
Oh, no, no, no.
Which is harder, winning a case or convincing a client to listen?
Convincing a client, very difficult.
The most dramatic line you have ever heard in a court?
Yeah, one lawyer was arguing, tum-tum notice patholi. I have not understood what does that mean. And one, will nine till nine.
Some conversations stay with you not just because they were loud, they stay because they were true. Today was a superb podcast by Advocate Pratibha Ghorpade ma'am. She has given us the exact insight what a law student should think about before entering this field. So thank you so much ma'am for being here today.
Thank you.
So friends, this was today's podcast. I am sure आपको भी अच्छा लगा हो. अगर अच्छा लगा है तो चैनल को लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब जरूर करना. See you all in the next podcast with another exciting journey. Until then, dream big, plan smart. Happy learning!